Hello, Twisted Humans.
Do you find yourself wanting to know more about the latest murder, conspiracy, cult, or haunting?
Then this is the podcast for you. I'm Alecia.
And I'm Sierra, and this is
Twisted and Uncorked. Welcome to episode 54, Twisted Humans. So, the people voted, and here we are, providing. Thank you all for participating in our special topic by giving us an idea, voting for the idea, or both.
You did not vote for conmen like we asked you to. However, it's fine.
You misunderstood the assignment.
It's fine. We did a Patreon recap of a whole show about a con man, so
go check
it's fine.
That out.
Whatever.
We have lots of fun doing these, so it gives us a chance to do something outside of the box every round. So thank you for that. And
research completely new cases, too.
Yeah.
Like, things I've never heard of.
And things that I didn't want to hear of, but that's besides the point. So we are doing catfish crimes for this round. And oh boy, do I have a doozy for you today.
And this is not the fish catfish.
Yes, just to specify, which are terrifying in their own light, but not what we're talking about today. Although I would be curious to know if any crimes or deaths have occurred because of catfish.
Listeners, if you have literal catfish the fish crimes, send them our way.
Please. It's a niche crime. We might have to do just one together, but I'm curious now.
Catfish the fish.
But before we get into today's case, Sierra, do you have a fun fact for me?
I do. It's a longer one.
Okay, tell
me.
I'm excited.
I recently got these books from this little thrift store that I found. I found another one. It's a bookstore thrift store. My books are like from the 70s, but they're super cool and they are crazy laws. This one's literally called Crazy Laws. And the back of it says, it's against the law not to read this book.
Oh, perfect.
Well, there
you had to buy
such a law. Right, yeah. I was like, oh, amazing.
I don't want to be arrested.
This one is a little better condition, and it's called legal lunacy. And it's laws that are, lunatic. I just noticed that the A in lunacy is upside down.
Oh, fun. I like that.
But it literally has a UFO on it with a sign that says no UFOs. So I was like, I'm getting this book too. Inside of this book, I found a page that was super interesting that I just had to read for this. I'm sorry that this is going to be long.
No, I'm excited.
It says, we often blame legislators, correctly, for writing loony laws and generally screwing things up. What if we gave the government back to the people and let the people make laws directly? The Connecticut Department of Consumer Protection did something like this a few years ago. This department held a There Ought to Be a Law contest in which adults and children could submit proposals for new consumer laws. Some of our favorite entries included. P.S. Let me just insert this in here. This is some of this book's favorite, not our, as in Twisted and Uncorked, favorite. We do not associate with these laws, but they're funny enough for me to read.
That's your fun fact. Fair enough. Thank you.
Yeah. A requirement that restaurants have nose-blowing sections and non-nose-blowing sections. A ban against potato chip bags and cereal boxes that are not full.
Oh, I love that.
I love it. However, the reason they're not full is because the air helps the chips not break. Okay.
That's true.
A requirement that tea bags have a string that doesn't break.
Oh, that would be nice.
This is America, not England.
I was just going to say that would be nice, though, because sometimes that happens and then you got to burn your fingers to get it out. It's not good.
Yeah, I guess so. Americans don't drink much tea, I feel.
I think that's just an Alecia thing. I think it's an Alecia problem. I love tea.
Well, you're in Canada, so.
Yeah. Technically a British monarch, and I love tea.
Exactly. Yeah. A law against purloined and pilfered poultry parts. That is, a ban against chicken packagers putting extra gizzards, heads, necks, and other junk parts into chickens to increase their weight. I don't know when this book was written, but I don't think that happens anymore. That's disgusting.
Are you laughing at my face? Because I'm upset. I struggle to eat meat enough as it is. Please don't do that.
The next one is a ban against soda with no fizz.
Oh, that's a good ban. I respect that ban.
Don't shake it up.
Yeah, well, that, you just don't put it out there. Yeah.
A requirement that all hamsters come with a guarantee.
What does that even mean?
That's my personal favorite. Have you ever had a hamster?
Yeah, I've had 2.
They die within a year.
Yeah, it's upsetting.
Yeah.
How long are they supposed to live?
I feel like longer than a year. 2 or 3 years.
Okay,
Oh my God, that's so sad.
But who knows, like, how long it was in the pet store before you bought it? Like, maybe it was in there for a whole year. I don't know. I had 2. One was named JC, and one was named Bambi, and they both died, and I was heartbroken.
Yeah.
Yes, Bambi. I named my hamster Bambi. That makes sense.
That sounds like you were, like, wishing for heartbreak, so...
And I have a thumper now. Don't say that.
Oh my God.
No.
All right, the next one is a law allowing patients to charge doctors who keep them waiting and customers to charge repairmen who never show up.
I love that law. Yeah, we stand by those laws.
Time is money, buddy. Like, I get your time is money, but my time is money also.
Yeah, absolutely.
The fuck?
When your appointment is at this time and you make me wait 30 minutes, that's not my problem.
The next one is a law that would make it illegal to say, "Have a nice day." The penalty would be increased if the speaker offered the pleasantry after delivering bad news. Like, oh, I'm so sorry. You have a ticket.
But your
on
hamster
car.
died.
Have a good day.
Oh my God.
A ban on holiday sales that start more than 2.5 weeks before the holiday.
I respect that for most, but Halloween. Halloween.
True. Halloween should be around. Okay?
Give me
it's
that.
Always spooky season.
Right? I love it when it starts inching into our birthday month. I'm like, ooh, this is meant.
Yes. Yes. The next is a requirement that department stores sell winter clothing in the winter and summer clothing in the summer.
Ooh.
I get it.
That would make shopping more efficient.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. A rule that every law be easy to understand and be written in 50 words or less. Yes, please. Jesus, fuck. We're not all scholarly.
Or, like, things written in, like, legal jargon for lawyers. I'm like, what does this mean? Here and I about pronounce this upon the... Like, excuse me?
Heavy penalties against people who stopped suddenly on escalator landings.
Sorry, that was me. That was definitely me.
People who stop suddenly on escalator landings, seriously. Like when you're at an airport and you're just like walking and going and like it's so fast.
Isn't
and then
there that
it's like
rule of thumb that like people that are still moving are on the right?
To get to the fucking side?
Yeah. If you're going to be lazy and let it carry you up, yeah.
Yeah. The left side is the fast lane, guys.
God.
And then the last one, and this is why I said, these are not the favorite of Twisted and Uncorked. These are the favorite of this book. It says, a ban on anyone appearing on nude beaches except those who weigh less than 125 pounds. And I take offense. Okay?
I'm so offended. I weigh more than 125 pounds. Fuck you.
Yeah. Fuck that. And then it says...
And we are hot, okay?
The contest brought in several more serious responses as well. A few quite good. One has even been adopted. The consensus was that the mix of the good, the bad, and the silly was about the same as the legislature might have done themselves. So my question to all of you listeners, now that I've taken up 10 minutes of your fucking time, what law, if you could make one law, what law would you make?
Oh, I love that. Write it in.
Yeah.
Write
it in. Let us know the law you would create if you could.
We have a handy-dandy little contact us page on our website, twistedanduncorked.com. Go check that out.
What is your fun fact?
Oh, yes. My fun fact is, in the 1880s, Businessman Lamarcus Thompson hated that Americans were so tempted by hedonistic places like saloons and brothels. So, he set out to straighten up one of the most immoral places that he could think of, Coney Island in New York City. There, he built America's first roller coaster to give New Yorkers some good, quote-unquote, clean fun away from seedier pastimes.
That's awesome.
I wrote in my notes, okay, sir, whatever you say, but also I love amusement parks, so thank you.
I fucking love amusement parks and roller coasters. Although, the older I get, the more scared of roller coasters I become, because I feel like I become more, I don't know, maybe
sensitive to the
like,
jostling.
I'm gonna die one day, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not gonna live forever. What if my death is on this contraption?
Oh, God.
But mostly, of everything you just said, I love that in the 1880s, there was a person named Lamarcus.
Right?
That's fucking awesome.
Right? Lamarcus. And he's
it's a
like,
cool
oh my God.
name.
These people are they're just heathens. So I'm going to give them a roller coaster to go have clean fun.
1880s Lamarcus thinks you're a heathen.
Yeah,
okay?
right? Right? I appreciate
Love
it. Well, those were fun. I'm thirsty. Time for some wine. Sierra, show the class our bottle today.
I loved it. Okay. Here is our bottle today. We are drinking Black Girl Magic Riesling. I told you guys, what was it, 2 episodes ago now, that one of your challenges for this month should be to try to purchase things from the from Black-owned businesses, because it's Black History Month, and I didn't want to challenge you to do that and not do it myself. So, here we go. Black Girl Magic wine.
What would we rate this one?
It is really good.
Right? Like, it's easy to drink. Like, you could easily make that bottle disappear.
It's like, yeah. Like, it barely even has...
I think that's the magic of it.
I don't want to say it doesn't have a flavor, but it's all, like, it doesn't have an aftertaste at all.
Yes.
Not even a little bit. There's
Very
no
light
aftertaste.
finish.
Yeah.
Agreed. They also have a red blend and... one other one in this particular line. The sisters themselves are called the McBride sisters, and they do a bunch of other wines that aren't under the Black Girl Magic tier. So stay on the lookout for those, because I'm sure they're all just as delicious. But this wine in particular is intensely aromatic, with the typical ripe Riesling characteristic, including honey, apricot, and white flowers. You also get notes of tangerine, jasmine, and coriander that appear on the nose, but the palate turns into tropical flavors and finishes on a light note of guava and pineapple, which made this perfect for the sangria recipe that Sierra has for us next week. It's very mild for sweetness in terms of a Riesling, but it's balanced by a bright core of tangy citrus for a mouth-watering sweet finish. The bottle says the result is elegant and complex, quite like you. It says the wine is more than a phrase. It's a feeling, it's a look, it's a mood, it's a taste. The McBride Sisters collection of Black Girl Magic wines are Robin and Andrea's personal ode to their culture and story, inspired by the magic and resilience of Black women, to be enjoyed by all. So, cheers.
Yeah, that's what it says on the back of the bottle, too.
Yeah.
I was just reading that. It's so cute. I love it. Cheers.
Cheers! Episode 54. Before we get into this week's catfishing crimes, we are going to take a quick break to hear from another super cool podcast. He has been a very big supporter of ours on all social media platforms and as a listener as well. This is Kevin from the Jury Room podcast.
Hello, and welcome to the Jury Room. I'm your host, Kevin, and I will be covering anything true crime, from serial killers to cold cases, and everything in between. The Jury Room podcast is available on most major podcasting platforms. Don't forget to like, subscribe, follow anywhere you can. Stay safe, and thanks for listening.
We love a Kevin.
We love a Kevin.
just a quick reminder that we are doing a couple of contests for our reviews. Every review that you leave for the podcast gets you entered into a draw to win a free month of our Patreon, which we release 2 to 3 episodes every week. So that's a lot of content. And we will keep this draw going.
This is forever.
Yeah.
Leave those
deal with
reviews.
it, guys, and go leave those reviews. We also are calling on all creative folk, which are all of you. If you want to enter to win a free piece of merch, you can send us a little meme, a little, something quirky about the show, a piece of artwork, whatever you want to do to represent us. That artwork might be used for a future piece of merch with your permission, of course. But we just want to get, interactive with you guys and see what you think of the show, what makes you laugh. Feel free to use.
I want to win some free merch.
Yeah, right?
I got myself an Apple Pencil. I'm going to fucking use it. Okay.
Do it, Sierra. Because all of our merch is a collaboration of Sierra and I, as well as my friend Alecia, who did our Skull Mic and all of our alien merch. So, but it's lots of fun. So have fun with it. If you need any of our little doodads from our new logo, let us know. We just want to see what you guys have to create. What makes you laugh about the show? What makes you think of us? Just send something creative. It'll count. Okay, so my case for you today is gonna make you wonder who you trust in your life.
Oh gosh.
So, in April of 2014, 19-year-old Marissa Williams moved in with her aunt Patra Williams after being released from a juvenile detention center. Hopefully none of this is sounding too familiar because we both researched catfishing crimes.
Yeah, I feel like an aunt has already got me, piqued my interest.
Excuse me? Yes. So, they lived together in Tuscaloosa, Alabama. Tuscaloosa, thank you.
Yeah. It's okay.
It's fun to say.
Yeah.
Along with her aunt's fiance and their family dog. Because of her incarceration, Marissa never graduated from high school. And part of Patra inviting her to live with them was for her to be able to focus on her studies and give her a second chance. Within a few weeks, it became clear that Marissa had no desire in cleaning up her life when she started disregarding all of her schoolwork and only being focused on boys, drugs, and alcohol.
Oh, no.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with the latter half, but you need to have your GED for that, okay?
Children... Listen, children really have it fucking easy. All you have to do is abide by the laws and you're fine. Growing up gives you so many fucking responsibilities that suck. So, the least you can do as a child is just not break the law. And in America, you can't drink or smoke until you're 21. So...
But 19-year-old Marissa was still underage. Marissa was pretty flippant with her use of the internet and would often invite strangers she met online to the house for sex and booze. Patra tried to support her niece through this phase of her life and was quite doting, but that seemed to make Marissa pull away even more, and she was frequently snappy and annoyed with her aunt. One of the men that Marissa tried to date while under her roof was a 40-something-year-old ex-con.
Okay.
That's a choice for sure, but I mean, people go to jail for stupid reasons.
Oh, yeah,
people go to jail for having a freaking joint with them. So you can never judge somebody based on their con status, depending on what it was. If they murdered 8 people, then maybe look for a different person to date. But
maybe find out why they're not still in jail.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Yeah, maybe you report them and be like,
Pretty sure Ted Bundy escaped again.
Yes. But no, that's not even the troubling thing. The troubling thing is the fact that he's 40-something years old and she's 19.
Yeah.
Not okay.
Don't like that.
I don't like it either. Like, if your daughter came home with a 40-something-year-old boyfriend and she was that age, you'd be like, well, I have to kill you now. So,
yeah,
that really sucks.
Sorry. Speaking of, my daughter came home with a boyfriend yesterday.
What? Give me the tea.
And then today, they already broke up.
Oh, shit. Okay.
Yeah, so yesterday she was like...
My first boyfriend was when I was 10, so... I was figuring it was about that age.
I'm not sure what exactly happened, but yesterday she came home. Yesterday, as we're recording this, was Valentine's Day. And she was like, so I had a crush on this guy, and today I found out, this was yesterday. I found out that he also had a crush on me, and so now he's my boyfriend. And I was like, oh my gosh, what's his name? And I learned all about this guy, and it was cute, whatever. And then she was like, yeah, since... I'm his girlfriend now. He told me at recess that I could control him, and so I forced him to do the splits, and he hurt himself really bad, and it was hilarious. And I was like, you're a fucking Leo, aren't you? Please don't do that to any human ever.
Also, not all humans are as flexible as you are, Cece, so...
Yeah. And then today... Yeah. And today she came home and was like, so you know how yesterday I told you I had a boyfriend? I was like, what happened? And she was like, well, I was only dared to be his girlfriend, and it was just a dare for Valentine's Day, so he's not my boyfriend. And I was like, you broke up? And she was like, well, I just don't like him like that. And I was like, but you had a crush on him. She was like, yeah, but I don't like him like that. And I was like, okay, whatever. I'm not gonna pretend like I understand.
You have whiplash from that conversation. But much like all teenage girls / prepubescent, almost tween girls, like Sierra's, boys are the highlight of your focus at this age. And after years of just being so unaware of the dangers of social media, Petra was fed up with Marissa ignoring all of her safety warnings, not to mention disrespecting her home by inviting all of these random men into her home. And Marissa was fed up with her aunt monitoring her all the time and saying no to everything, so she went and blocked her on Facebook so that she couldn't see anything, and she just totally stopped engaging in her aunt's safety and, you know, wanting her to do well tips. She was just like, nope, I'm out.
Yeah, you can't do that. I mean, I know you're an adult, but you live in someone else's house.
I agree.
My dad was always super strict about that. Like, of course, I moved out of his house before I was an adult, but he always said that if you're going to have social media, you're going to have me as a friend on social media.
And that's reasonable.
Like, yeah, for sure.
Especially when, you know, the age that we were, when social media was so new, when we were like 13, 14 years old.
Yeah.
So I get it. And it's scary. And
it is scary.
Given the fact that this is a catfishing crimes episode,
right?
I was going to ask you if you ever had anybody come and educate you about catfishing or social media when you were in elementary school, or maybe middle school, because for me, grade 6, grade 7 was still elementary school. So.
Right. Well, for me, elementary went to 6th. And this is me personally, because I know most people are not like this. And high school was 7 through 12. I only went to 2 schools.
Oh, shit.
Well, technically,
I only went to 2
3,
schools too, but mine went to grade 7 and then grade 8 through grade 12. So.
Oh, okay. Interesting. Yeah. That's very close to mine. Jesse went to 1st through like 5th. Then 6th and 7th was middle school, then 8th and 9th was junior high, then 10th, 11th, 12th was high. And
so weird.
That's too many fucking schools.
That is too many schools.
Yeah.
If I had stayed in Victoria where I grew up, I would have done middle school between 7 and 9, and then 10, 11, 12 was high school.
Interesting.
Right?
Yeah.
It's weird how everywhere's different.
Right. I did not. I never had anyone come and talk to us about the dangers of the internet. Like, my parents were like, oh my God, it's the internet, you know? They were
scary.
terrified.
Like, I remember creepy guys adding me as their friend on Facebook when that first came out, and I was like...
Yeah. I don't remember any of that specifically. I was very... I feel like I was sheltered for the most part on Facebook. Or maybe it was just so scared into me that, like, I didn't even look. I don't remember... Well, actually, I didn't have Facebook until, like, I think my, like, junior year. I was one of the people who tried really hard to not let MySpace die.
I was on MySpace. Too. I loved MySpace.
I was on MySpace when all my friends were not. I was the only one there, and I was like, this is so boring. Maybe I should finally switch to Facebook.
If you guys are feeling MySpace nostalgic, we did basically a whole Bitch and Wine episode it on our Patreon. Yeah. So go check that out. It's something about 90s kids. You'll know.
Oh my God. Don't go check that out. That was the episode we were, like, singing old 90s songs.
Oh, no. Go check that out. They'll love us more.
Please don't go check that out.
Oh, I remember that video. I remember watching that video back of, like, Sierra with her scene hair.
Yeah. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. That was a bad one.
Bangs. No, it was a good one.
Yeah. So, actually, we may discuss this again in another episode with a special guest, hint, hint. But I was catfished, sort of. Before catfishing was a thing, I was catfished. Twice, actually. 2 times I did questionable things. The first time when I was in, like...
Why am I not
I don't know. I know, right? The first time was when I was in, like, 3rd grade. Like, super young. I was hanging out with my cousin, Alecia. And,
do we love an Alecia?
We love an Alecia. Me and my cousin Alecia are the same age. Her birthday is in July, mine is in September. So we're like, we have always been super close when I lived there. But I was hanging out with my cousin Alecia when we were really young. And actually at my grandpa's house, my grandpa who was murdered, my cousin Alecia used to live with him. And I was hanging out with her, and in the backyard of his house, there was this, like, big brick wall. It used to be an old building. And I remember there was a house behind the brick wall where these other kids lived. And one of the kids there said he would be my boyfriend. And I was in, like, 3rd grade. And I was like, oh my God, I have a boyfriend. And he told me his name was Louis Vuitton. And I was in, like, 3rd grade.
No, he didn't.
And I was poor. And I didn't know what any of this was. And he wrote I was like, how do you spell your last name? And he wrote his name down on a piece of paper. And I brought it to my aunt, and she was like, his name's Louis Vuitton. And I was like, did he lie to me?
Can I go kill him? Oh, that's...
It was so depressing.
My heart. Little, like, 8-year-old Sierra, I just want to hug you. Aww.
I was so embarrassed.
What a dick. Don't be embarrassed.
Realize
how would you know? Lying. Oh, so you were in the 3rd grade. Who in the 3rd grade has the Louis Vuitton anything?
Yeah.
Again, go listen to our Puppet Master episode. Things have happened to us recently. It's a scary place. Be safe, everybody. So, because of all of this, Patra decided to create a fake Facebook profile as Trey, quote-unquote, Top Dog Ellis, a young college student looking for a girlfriend and to make friends. And she was hoping that this would help her monitor her niece again because she had blocked her, as well as give her some insight into what she was really out doing all the time.
So the aunt made the fake account.
Yes.
Interesting.
So.
I do know the story.
Oh, okay. So, she was hoping that eventually revealing her true identity to Marissa would teach her a lesson that the people that she meets on the internet may not always be who they say they are, and that you need to be careful of who you're inviting into your home and dating. Totally makes sense. So, after friending her niece, the two began talking regularly. In their talks, Marissa revealed that she hated her aunt and wanted to get out of Alabama. She told Trey, Air Bunnies, that she was down for anything, and Air Bunnies wanted to see him naked. Okay.
I'm sorry,
can you
but what?
Yeah, right, that escalated very quickly.
Yeah.
Obviously, since this was really her aunt, Paige responded that they should get to know each other a little bit better first. And besides, didn't she live with her family? ? Marissa didn't care and confirmed that she had boys come over all the time while her aunt and uncle slept.
Ugh.
Yikes. One night, Petra watched while her niece walked up and down the road waiting for a guy to come over at around 1 o'clock in the morning, and confronted her about it the next day, actually grounding her under her roof. Petra recalled a stream of messages that Marissa had sent after one particularly explosive fight when she attempted to keep her niece from going out for the night after reading what the two had planned, so Trey and Marissa, which was to do illegal drugs, drink, and have sex.
Okay, wait a minute. But Petra is Trey, right?
Yes.
So that seems a little fucked up.
It is a little fucked up to me, but I think she was kind of seeing if Marissa was going to practice what she was always preaching. Like, if she was actually going to try and go through with these things, or if she was just being like, oh, I'm down for whatever, to whatever guy that would mess with her.
Right.
Totally weird, but from what I saw of the text messages between them, it was pretty PG. Like, she was pretty like, oh, like, you live with your family, and like, oh, like, I guess I'll come over, and like, what do you want to do? So it was mostly
I feel like that's
Marissa.
where you get into, like, a slippery slope, is like when you're lying to your children and, like, I don't know, you don't want your kids to, like, fall into peer pressure, but also just because you think about peer pressuring them into something like that doesn't mean someone else is going to. So I don't know, I feel like
it's totally a slippery slope.
Don't ask a question that you don't want the fucking answers to. Okay.
Yep. Totally true. And like, I think that her aunt was grasping at straws at this point. Like, she already felt like she had lost control. I'm not saying that this was the right way to go about it by any means, but and that it wasn't weird. But I mean, I can't imagine having a basically adult teenager living in your house not knowing what they're out doing, or, you know, just trying to get them back to ground zero and giving a shit about their future.
I feel like
I think she was just desperate, and she was the last person that Marissa had in her life that was willing to give her a chance. Which is also sad, but
I feel like a lot of getting trust and understanding from your children comes from doing it at a very early age.
Totally.
And if you're not doing it at a very early age, then you probably don't even want to know what's going on in their brain.
And when you're jumping into it when this person is 19 years old and already in a really bad place, you're kind of at a losing spot already. So I think I wouldn't know what to do, so I can't say that her actions were right or wrong, but it's...
Oh, yeah, I don't think she was wrong, per se. I just feel like she should have known what was going to happen.
Yeah, for sure. And she really was doing all of the things that she was saying she was going to do, and Petra was terrified for her niece's future. Quote, I feel so trapped. She won't let me see you. Fuck my auntie. End quote. Marissa wrote to Trey. Quote, bitch don't know shit about me. I'm going fucking crazy. You gotta get me out of here. I hate her. I hate everyone here. End quote. I know how I can see you. Sorry, quote. I know how I can see you. Come to my house and kill my aunt. End quote.
Yeah, that's not okay.
Yeah, that escalated to a different level very quickly.
Yeah.
She then proceeded to request that quote-unquote Trey actually kidnap and kill her aunt, her aunt's fiancé, and their family dog. Petra admitted that she was stunned at the venom in her niece's messages and knew that she was angry but had no idea that she would go this far. Quote, I'm thinking, no, this isn't real, Petra later recalled in an interview, and Marissa replied to the messages when Trey asked if she was sure. Quote, yes, I want you to kill them all and the dog. She reiterated it.
Yeah, that's not okay.
Not okay. Petra now had her life to fear for, and the situation had escalated when Marissa allegedly explained, and these messages aren't public, but I'm sure given the above that it's true. That's just my opinion.
Yeah.
Marissa allegedly explained in detail how Trey would be able to get into her auntie's bedroom at night so that he could murder her. Petra believed that Marissa was serious about the plot when she told Trey that she had packed a suitcase and was ready to leave as soon as he accomplished the alleged murder. Petra looked at her niece's room and saw that she really did have bags packed. It was then that Petra had called the police, a decision that she says still plagues her with guilt to this day.
Yeah.
She says that she remembers hitting all 3 buttons, 911. She had a lump in her throat. She didn't remember speaking cohesively. The person on the other line was trying to make sense about everything that she was saying, trying to understand if it was really real because it was so outrageous. Maurice was absolutely baffled when the cops showed up to arrest her. They asked her if she knew why she was under arrest, and Marissa said no. They told her that her Aunt Petra was Trey Ellis and that she had been plotting her murder. She was speechless to know who Trey really was. She tried to talk her way out of it, saying that she would never really hurt her, but the messages proved that Marissa was serious, that she really had outlined the ways that this could be done. She was arrested for the solicitation to murder, but while she was on probation, she ran away and is currently still a fugitive to this day.
Oh my god!
Yes, this took a turn you weren't expecting.
No, I wasn't.
I searched and searched, but I could not find any report of anyone who has cited her at all since her arrest or any leads as to where she could be. This happened in 2017, so it's been 5 years. Crazy.
Jeez.
Also, I feel really awful for her aunt. She went out of her way to take in her crazy bitch of a niece, and she plotted to kill her. Talk about ungrateful.
Yeah, I don't like that, for sure.
But she's still a wanted fugitive.
Yeah, that part's scary.
Right? She was so callous about anyone that got in the way of what she wanted to do. And now she's just running loose out there somewhere. Fuck. And I'm scared for Petra. Like, who knows what? Like, I hate it.
Ugh. Yeah, I don't know. I hope that Marissa was just so young.
And angry. And
that she just, like, I don't know, wasn't realizing what she was saying.
I hope so, too. But, like, in detail, like, this is how you get into my aunt's room while she sleeps.
I know, that's
the part that scares the shit out of me.
She went way too fucking far.
Absolutely, but who knows?
But I still hope it was just because she was just being an immature kid. She didn't realize what she was saying. Hopefully that's all it was.
Hopefully. And, like, I feel really bad for her aunts, but on the other side, too, it's like you opened kind of a can of worms. Yeah. As to what was going on in her life. And yes, I get that. Like, I can't imagine being in that situation, but just wild all around. Like, yeah. I hope that Patra is safe. The last interview that I saw was in 2019, so I really hope so. I hope that she's got a good circle and that investigators are, you know, keeping best interest for her, because if Marissa really is dangerous, then that will be the first place that she will go. So, yeah. Really hard to say.
I can't.
But that is my case.
That's crazy. I can't imagine how Patra must feel, but at the same time, I can't imagine ever trying to catfish basically my child. You know what I mean?
Yeah. This whole case, I was like, oh my God. That's all we can say. Human companionship is natural with who we are. So, we are people. We were always meant to be social, but just be careful.
Yeah.
And don't be a dick on the internet either. Don't catfish other people.
Yep.
I feel like that goes without saying. And, yeah, while we're not catfishing people, Sierra, what day is it?
Today is March. No, it's not March. Sorry.
It's February.
It is February 22nd. It is Tuesday. And it is 2/22/22. There's nothing cooler than this day. It's the fucking best day ever. Go have a great fucking time.
It's our favorite number on Crack,
It's our favorite number. It's 222222. Wait, it's 22222 on a Tuesday.
Yes, please.
I love it.
Go and show us some love by being a 5-star review rater.
Yes,
yeah,
do that.
That's all we want on this day, okay, guys? We just want you to love us. And we want to love you.
On Tuesday, the 2/22/22.
Tell your friends, tell your family, and we love all of you. We will see you next week for another episode. And Sierra's catfishing episode.
Yeah.
Woo! And in the meantime, keep it twisted. Thank you for listening to Twisted and Uncorked Podcast. Remember to leave a 5-star rating and review wherever you are listening now. It really is the best way to spread the word. You can also check out all of our sources and materials, as well as photos for the episode, on our website at twistedanduncorked.com. And you can follow us on social media at Twisted and Uncorked or Twisted_pod on Twitter. Thank you so much for all of your love and support, and we will see you next Tuesday for a brand new episode. Cheers!